Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chick Crypto. My name is Elizabeth Howard, and today we are in the space cabin. I have a special guest. I actually have a couple special guests coming in tonight talking about Vault. We are vaulting it up tonight. All right, now I have the famous Bleeves. How are you?
What's going on, believers? I hope everybody's having a good night. My name's Bleeves, and I am just happy to be here.
Yeah, I saw your video today on Volt-Inu. I was like, oh my goodness, that's awesome. Yeah, Shopify. I'm excited about Shopify. I just had to say that really quick. But I have another special guest in the house. He just popped up. Are you ready? Everybody, the famous Gain Bangers. Hi, what's
How
up?
you doing? How you doing?
Welcome to the space cabin, guys. It's a lot better than the first night, right?
Yeah. How you doing, Bleeves? How you doing, Chick? You guys
What's going on,
good?
man?
What's up? Did you see Bleeves' video he did this morning? He did
So
a
I
good
didn't get a
video.
chance to see it, but I was in the Telegram and I know they was talking about it. So I gotta make my rounds. You know, so much going on with the group. But I definitely gotta make my rounds over there, Bleeves. I'm gonna definitely check you out before the night's over.
Right on, man.
Yes.
Sure.
We had Shopify. They have a plugin now for us. I used to have an online store. And so whenever I saw that, I was like, no way. There's not very many cryptocurrencies that are accepted on Shopify on that plugin. Not every single one of them anyway. So I thought that was really, really cool. So Bleeves and Game Bangers, what is your favorite thing going on with Volt-Inu right now? What is your most bullish sign?
You wanna go first?
Go ahead.
Oh, should I go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I was gonna say Volti-Change, but I was in a Telegram group right now, and apparently DJ has a connection with some billionaire that if they mention our name, something, basically he was warning us, saying we need to go ahead and load up because once this billionaire gets involved, it's gonna be big. So I'm like, all right, who is this guy? So there's so much happening. I don't know.
Stuff always in the chat, and I miss some of this stuff. A lot is said in the chat.
I keep my ear to it a lot because it's like the newspaper on steroids. You know, you get instant news.
Yeah. Yeah. And Bleeves, what are you most bullish about?
April Kellum.
Wait, say that again?
That's my University of Louisville partner right there, man. Go Cards.
She's awesome. We love April. Ladybug.
But hey, gangbangers from the 317. That means he's right down the road from me. I'm in the 219.
Oh, so is that Cleveland?
I'm just outside of Chicago.
Okay. Yep. Nice. So you're in the Midwest.
Yep.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So my big thing right now is I like what DJ had to say. However, I don't like pumps like that. Pumps like that make money for the people who are not here for the long haul. The people who are here for the long haul, if we're living this apple tree, then that sort of thing right there, that's not going to move my needle. What moves my needle is Volti-Chain. What moves my needle is Volti-Change. What moves my needle is Volti-Pay. What moves my needle are the things that are going to be around for a long period of time. And did I just realize I just said way too much?
Yeah, you said Volti-Pay, my boy. So what's the Volti-Pay?
You're in the space cabin. No one's here. Don't even worry. No one's watching.
So you see what had happened was. So listen, there's kind of and I don't think I'm really telling anybody anything that most people don't already know right now. There is a blockchain coming called Volta-Chain. It's not. Look, it's being worked on. Volta-Change is a decentralized exchange, and Volta-Pay is a system by which you can use Volt in order to look. And this goes along with the Shopify. This goes along with some of the integrations that are happening already. You know, all of these things, these little things right now add up to big things later. And, you know, when you start to see this whole thing as a, what you would call a tapestry kind of unfold in front of you, then it's going to be a whole lot more than the sum of its parts. So I'm excited for the long term. I'm excited to see. To be fair, if DJ does what he says he's going to do, right, then we're going to pump hard, right? If we pump hard like that, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take half my bag. I'm going to pull out at least a little piece, right? And then I'm just going to let it sit in USDC until it dips, because it always comes back down. And guess what? Then I'm just going to have more Volt at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like the whole purpose is always going to be just to get more Volt.
I mean, especially
no, that's a good play. That's a good play. I mean, that's a smart play, because you're fixing to dip right back in, dip back in. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I know I'm excited about the Voltisoft and Volti now Pay. I knew we were going to have a card, because there's too many card swiping stuff going on. too many hints about what's going on with that. So Pablo keeps showing a card saying, how would it feel if there's a lightning bolt, y'all? How would that feel? Right. So what is that about? Like, could I use it at the gas station? Can I use it at for USDC? You think, like, can I switch it like the Cro card maybe?
Well, so and here's what Crypto Pete says down here. That's exactly what I did, Bleeves, and I get called a Jeet. You get called a Jeet in the short term. You get called a whale in the long term. So I don't really give a shit about the short term. You know what I mean? Like that's fine. Anybody can be called a Jeet for any period of time because they're pulling something out. But if they're doing it in order to reinvest, in order to secure a better position, then they're just becoming a whale. They're doing things the right way. They're increasing their position. And I don't trust anybody more than myself to help push this thing along. So if you get called a Jeet, you get called a Jeet. I don't care.
So you don't like putting it in Ethereum. You want to put it in USDC. Like,
I'm not crazy. Yeah, I'm not crazy. So like my plays right now, I have a big bag of Volt, I have a big bag of Terrarium, I have a big bag of whatever I think is going to have like a big moment. Then I have about 30 grand in Ethereum, and then I have everything else in USDC. And what I like to do is I like to move back and forth. And right now, look, this is not the market to be trading in Volt. You can't trade. That's 14% tax. That's 28% in and out. Like you can't day or swing trade on that. The best thing you can do is maybe do that with something like Saitama. So Ethereum is my choice. So I buy a bunch of Ethereum. I hold on to Ethereum. Ethereum goes up. I sell a bunch of Ethereum. Then I put it back into stable. And then I put
You're really good, Bleeves. Oh my goodness. In the morning, breakfast with Bleeves. Y'all go check him out. Go check out both these guys' YouTube channels. You go off on Ethereum chart. Like, I made money that day because of you. Thank you. I don't know if I told you that, but I was looking at that chart and I was like, what do I do? And he's like, it's a chance, but it can go up. And it went up. And you said it went down when it was going to go down. You're Bleeves is always right, I guess.
Listen, we got a couple more days right now of, there's going to be some testing right now. And I'm not, you can't confirm it at this moment, but Bitcoin is going to pump. If Bitcoin breaks 2686 right now, then we're going to start pumping. Hopefully we get to 21.5. We can get to 21.5. We get to 21.7. Then we retest again at 21.7. And once we get past that, then it's like 25,000. And a lot of people were calling last week for a 25 to 28,000 Bitcoin for this week. And the reason is because you have this long period of time between announcements. Friday's announcement is going to be, that's the job numbers. And the job numbers, you're going to have 200 to 300,000 jobs added, which actually falls into like the perfect spot for investors, which means that investors are going to be a little bit happier. And they're going to forget some of these guys, the hedgier ones, they're going to forget all about the recession. They're going to forget all about these things. They're going to be looking to make plays, and the riskiest place with the biggest benefit is cryptocurrency. So you're going to start seeing a lot more money being poured into cryptocurrency, and as long as ETH keeps pumping, then Volt keeps pumping. So we'll see that for a couple days, and then we have the 13th. On the 13th, we get the CPI numbers. CPI numbers are going to suck. It's going to be 8.6. It's going to be 8.9. Might be 9% for all I know. But I think May of last year is rolling off. So now we're going to get, and that was a pretty low number. So we're going to be getting a big number rolling onto it. And, we're going to see a lot of sell-off happen. So that's when take your profit before Tuesday of next week is all I'm saying. And then once you, then we should have smooth sailing for another period of time. And then the 26th and 27th, you have the FOMC. They're going to have their meeting. On the 27th, they're probably going to announce another 75 BPS. And that's going to mean that the market's going to go dip a little bit lower. And then on the 28th, you get the GDP number. And we're going to have a -2 as our GDP number. And we had a -1.6. That means we will officially be in a recession. And that means this market will start to dump. Now, some of it has been priced in already. So we're not going to see a huge dump because people already expect it. But we are going to see a dump. We're going to see a lot lower prices. But maybe, just maybe, this is going to be the opportunity that we've all wanted and needed to load up on Ethereum, to load up on Bitcoin, to load up on Volt, to pack your goddamn bags. And
how low do you think it's going to go? You think it's going to go really low then?
7. I'm still a little more bullish than most of the 85%ers. So I'm going to stick with about 732, 750 is going to be probably the low on Ethereum. Look, if something happens, if somebody unleashes a nuke on, let's say, Ukraine, then all bets are off. People are going to start pulling their money out. Yeah. But short of that, and if there's still positive sentiment that's happening, then we're going to 700, 750 is going to be about the low. Bitcoin probably 17, maybe 15. 13 seems like a real stretch right now. But then because there's too much fundamental in crypto right now. There's too much mass adoption. There's too much in fundamentals. Anything that hits that far down will immediately bounce up in a humongous sort of way. Look at the last time we bounced it. Was it 17,756? I think it was. We hit Bitcoin. I think it was 2 weeks ago. We hit 17,756, and within days we were at 21.5.
Yeah, that was my Father's Day when that happened.
Right. That's the sort of massive thing that will happen once we hit that bottom. You will know when we hit bottom because we will be rubber banding our way right back up. That's the way that this thing works. There's too much money, there's too much interest, and there's too much mass adoption for us to go back now. This thing is going to blow up.
Yeah, that's what I like how you do your technical analysis, because my thing is I like technical analysis because that helped me in stocks. Like that helped me in the stock market, but it's more than a chart. I like how you add in what's going on around in the world with your technical analysis. You can't just sit at a chart and do it. You have to know what's going on around you. I like that.
That's 100%, man. That's some good insight too. So it sounded like between now and the 28th, we need to be getting as much capital as possible. That's what it sounded like.
That's what. Yeah, I was gonna say. That's what. Yeah.
So load up on your capital, ladies and gents.
We just heard it first or second from Bleeves. If you miss his morning breakfast with Bleeves, you need to check it out. It's really good. What time is it? Normally at like 10 is whenever.
It's 8 o'clock and 8 o'clock Central Standard Time.
Okay, see. Yeah. So I want to know, okay, with the celebrities, because today we were talking we had those countries posted up, those pictures, right? And we're talking about vaulting Paris. And then I'm like, wait a second. What if it's Paris? It's Paris. So what is it? Paris Hilton, you think? Or do y'all think it's Eiffel Tower, Paris?
So Paris Hilton does 11:11. I do that vaulting hour thing, and I do it at 11:11 every day, right? Yes. But that is a thing that Paris Hilton does, and if you go watch her Twitter account, then you will see that every 11:11 she posts something. So that's just something to do with her.
That's what I was thinking too, because we've been rating a lot of her tweets, So and then today she was brought up a lot too. So I think it's about Paris Hilton.
So do you think Voltoshi already knows these people and already has connections before he name drops? Because
no and yes.
Okay. Because I was thinking that also. I was like, yes and no, because I think it's a rush and fun for him to try to like get people too. You know what I mean? Like, I bet we can get them, But I have another guest in the house, y'all.
Hey.
We have, everybody loves her. This is the famous Crypto Chick.
Hey.
What is going on?
What's up? Welcome to the Space Cabin.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How's everyone?
Good. How are you?
Doing great.
Good.
Yeah, we were talking about some Paris Hilton, and if like the celebrities that we raid, if Voltoshi knows them already. But Like y'all are saying, I think he likes to try to get he enjoys the chase and the catch.
It's the thrill, right? The chase, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she
We
did.
lost her.
She was like, nope, I know too much.
Right, she thought a question was coming her way.
It's really Paris Hilton. Crypto Chick's really Paris Hilton.
So maybe he knows Michael Polson or somebody from like Volbeat or something like that. But no, he doesn't know a lot of fame. He doesn't know a lot of famous people. But he knows how to run a cryptocurrency. That's the important part. It's not really who you know around here. If you looked at him and you saw him, you wouldn't know him from anybody else, right? But you wouldn't recognize him. You wouldn't recognize him or anything like that. But if you knew what his name was before it was what it was before Voltoshi, then if you're in the crypto space and you're in DeFi specifically, then you're going to know who he is, because he's obviously been involved in some serious business before. He's obviously had some tremendous amount of success because he understands the process. He understands how DeFi works. He understands how people work, and he understands how to move a token to the north side all of the time. And we're at, what are we at, 6 months now? It's almost 7. We're going to be at 7 months in a couple of days. Yeah. And you really can't point to a misstep and say, hey, you know what, he screwed up here, because there's been no screw up.
I know. It's all seamless. Like, he's already done this before. I think it does have something to do with who you know, though, too, because we got listed so quickly on CoinMarketCap and Shiba Swap. So I think it does play a part. It has to play a part.
CoinMarketCap was because he knew Pablo. That one was easy.
What?
Well, we used to have a guy.
I didn't know that one.
I didn't know that. I've heard so many videos.
We used to have a guy. So, I mean, it used to be that if you wanted to get listed on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, then just Pablo could get you. Pablo knows a guy, and he could get everybody listed as long as they were able and willing to pay to get that listing. So
Pablo Cro,
you could get shortlisted. I mean, I thought everybody knew that.
I did not know Pablo had strings like that. Did y'all know that?
Absolutely.
I knew Pablo had something going. We had some conversations where I knew he was like almost like a missionary, if you will. He was out here silently making stuff happen. So
he is pretty slick. What, y'all in the chat? Did you guys know that?
Hey, phenomenal woman, tell your son he can have them. I'll send it to him. I'll send it to a PO box or something. He can have them.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, that's interesting. So, Everrise, that migration thing. So I feel like that definitely has something to do with kind of what we're doing with VoltiSoft, VoltiChange, Volt-Eco. From what Pablo keeps talking about, what he said with you, Gain, like he really brought it up with you. So what do you think, Bleeves?
Well, yeah, I mean, so there's a blueprint on the things that you want to do in cryptocurrency. There's some things that are sidetracks. I mean, let's face it, the game is a great way to get other communities to kind of interact with the Volt community. It's a way to get people to play the game and say, hey, you know what? I can play this game. I can earn crypto. I'm going to invest this crypto in Volt. So it's a great way to get new people involved. But it's not a utility in such that it's the long-term answer. There's long-term answers for the DeFi space for cryptocurrency. There's a way that you grow everything out. You have to have an exchange, a DeFi exchange, because you don't want to centralize. There's a blockchain. There's different things that you can do to create use cases, and real use cases. And then there's all the fake stuff that goes along. And I mean, if you've been in DeFi for any length of time, anytime you hear somebody say, all we've got is an NFT collection, you know what the game is.
Run.
Right. They don't have all that.
Don't talk to strangers. Just go.
Right. There's somebody who can make some pictures. Like I've already, okay, good. You know PNG and you can make layers. Cool. But that doesn't really make anything. And then when the only thing that you have is staking, you don't have a use case. You don't have a function. You don't have a reason to exist.
Like Tonic, that's all you hear about is staking.
So here we are creating as we go use cases. The most minor of use cases is to have a game. That little game.
No.
Think about how much money Voltoshi is using to burn cryptocurrencies.
Oh no, Bleeves, you're cutting out on my side.
Uh-oh.
Is he cutting
I
out?
can hear him good.
Think about how much money you're burning all the time in cryptocurrency. Think about all of the people who are being rewarded for playing this Volt game. So that was the first of a real sort of use case. Now we move on to the next thing, and that's an exchange, a swap. Is there going to be I don't know, what's it called, the Electron wallet? I don't remember what. Crypto Chick was the one that named it, I think. So I don't remember what
That's so
I don't remember what the name
cool.
was.
Electron wallet?
But
Wait,
yeah, it
that's
was
new
like
to me,
the
Bleeves.
and then charge card.
That-
Think about all this kind of
That's
stuff.
cool.
Look, Volt
You
lends
mean a
itself
Volt?
perfectly to all these things.
Are you talking about a
Right?
Volt debit card?
Yeah.
Volt debit card, VoltiPay.
Yeah.
VoltiPay, Apple
I
phone.
think it was one of the member admin creator. I mean, he's a creator. Obviously, that's his name, but he made like a mock of it. So I don't think it's the actual one. It's just a mock. It's what he
Yeah,
believes.
yeah.
But it could be close enough. Who knows? I mean, anything's possible with Satoshi.
I think so.
And here's the thing to understand about that: MasterCard and Visa are all over Latin America right now, testing using cryptocurrency in their card purchases and transfers. So they're not on board. They're on board with this whole process now. And remember, BitPay, because I have a BitPay card and I have a couple thousand in crypto on BitPay, and it only takes it actually takes Shiba and Dogecoin now. But before, I had to either use Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, or Ethereum or Litecoin. Those were the only four that it took. But you could use it, like, if you want to buy a new laptop from Newegg or something like that, like, you can use it in specific places. It had the MasterCard logo, though. But what we're looking at is now a level of mass adoption. And you know what? Who better to get you at the forefront of that mass adoption than Voltoshi? I mean, he stays ahead of the game. If he stays ahead of the game like that, then at some point he's going to be ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So why bet against it?
I know, he is definitely, that's what I'm saying. Everything's so seamless. It's like he's done this before, and he already has like a map, and it's just like unfolding, like literally, like, all right, piece by piece, like, all right, we're going to come out with this, we're going to do this. And it's not just celebrities, it's definitely utilities. I know Game Bangers is always like, oh yeah, we don't have utility.
Right.
Yeah, because people always say we don't have utility, man. That's so annoying. It's like every time we drop utility, they don't hear it.
He gets so mad. You're like, no, look at our utility. Let's see here. Let's check out the chart. Can y'all see it? I need to. Okay, so what do y'all? This is the 4-hour chart. Let me see. Do y'all like the 4-hour chart? I like the 4-hour chart and the 15-minute chart. What's your favorite?
1 hour.
1 hour. Let's go to 1 hour. All right. So there were some sells I saw, but everything looks normal. But my thing is with the whole trading thing is like, what are you doing whenever? Okay, sharks are going to get wrecked because they're just thinning out their token supply. That's all they're doing. They're being definitely that's what they're doing. But I think they're going to get wrecked in the end. If you don't have enough and you're not a whale, you don't need to be skimming. You don't need to be selling because it's down. We're in July. Everything's being promised right now. So and being delivered. So anybody that's selling right now, I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. Not right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about what is your style on trading right now? What is your opinion?
In the past 24 hours, I done bought Volt 3 times, but that was simply because, for one, my goal is to increase my Ethereum bag to match my BNB side, so I can have the same amount on each. So I've been pumping money into my Ethereum bag, and every time I see an opportunity, either on the Ethereum side, just to buy some Ethereum or just to buy Volt, I take advantage. So that's been my strategy, and I'm going aggressive with it, to the top. So.
Mm-hmm. I see. Bleeves and Crypto Chick. What is y'all's style on trading right now? I think I know Crypto Chicks. Diamond hands.
Yeah, I pretty much have. I haven't. I've accumulated twice on Volt, and I've never sold. So like I'm just one of those people that I'm just kind of sitting on it. Look, when you're making a degen play, and you know at the beginning, you gotta go back in time. Volt, Pablo and I were going toe to toe, arguing over Volt, like just like taking this whole thing apart. I mean, like we were fighting back and forth over.
Like
Oh,
a
back
lot,
in the
like
beginning, back December
really?
of last year. Yeah,
You
we
gave problems. You
well,
gave Vault problems.
yeah, actually I did because we used to have this 575 quintillion sell that was happening, and that was a liquidity. It was a liquidity move that was happening, and I hated it because like this, it was new to the space. And we have to understand is, again, when I say that Voltoshi is like on this cutting edge of the way things are working, he was doing that purposely. Then people were shaking out, and then he was doing buybacks, and it was continuing to keep the price chart moving. It was continuing to keep people interested all the time. And when you see 575 quintillion get sold at one point and then get bought back up, then you're like, oh my God, like these people are ravenous and furious about doing it. So they, you know, it's a mind game, and it's great for the liquidity, and it adds more to the marketing wall. It does everything. And that took a little bit of getting used to, but I used to argue with him. I'm like, why is this happening? This is
I can
crazy.
totally see you doing this too. That's the funny thing. I just totally see you being like, you know what? And your breakfast with Bleeves.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, we had conversations over and over again about all of this stuff. And Pablo, I'm like, dude, why is this happening? And he's like, bro, I don't know. And I'm like, well, go find out. Like, you're the one that talks to him. Go find out. So, you know, we had a few questions. We answered all the questions. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I'm in, man. Let's do this. And we've been here ever since.
See, that's what's up. I'm going to share this, the Twitter real quick. Oh, I hear somebody's birds in the back. All right. All right, here we go. There's news all the time. Like I can be doing my video and there's news that drops. I've had my videos like going and DJ like dropped something in the pinned comments. I was like, there we go. I'm glad it happened right now. And let's see. I want to see what else is going on this Twitter because, oh yeah, Crypto Chick, what is your style of trading right now?
Basically just buying and holding. I mean, talking about the contract sale, that was like a roller coaster. Every time, right when I buy, I feel like I trigger it sometimes. It would just like completely drop on me. I was like, what the hell?
I'm
But you know what? I just end up buying more. That's all.
Good. When crypto and Bitcoin were launched, it wasn't possible to set targets by comparing them to others. Targets are only there to get vaulted. Okay, Bleeves, we were just talking about that a little bit.
Yeah, basically, I think he's saying don't put Volt in a box because it might bust through that box, exceed your expectations.
Yeah, I did not know Pablo had ties like that.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, we all had somebody that we knew, and you know, sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't.
I don't know. I guess because I was thinking you have to be, what is that guy's name? I forgot his name. Luke Wagman or something. You know what I mean? Like that's the type of I did not know that. I thought you had to be like a CEO or something to get somebody listed on CoinMarket. I did. I did not know it was like that. Okay. Look at this. Are y'all going to wrap your car with Volt?
Definitely a plan of mine. For sure.
I think that's Chase car, Crypto Chase car. I think he wrapped his car there. Yeah, that's it. That's his post. I think it is.
Yeah, there we go.
That's amazing.
That is. He is vaulted. Or his windows, yeah, everything. Oh dang, dude! Everyone's
gonna that December.
No. Oh no, December has a car. Like
yeah,
he wrapped his too. Yeah.
Here, it's this person.
Oh,
right
December the Marco.
Yeah, last night. Did y'all see? I saw the whole AMA. Did you guys get to see the whole AMA? I was listening to a lot of it, but I saw Crypto
Yeah,
Chick
I
in there.
saw.
Gain Bleeves. I saw you in there for a little bit. Did you hear what is your opinion with him coming on? He's a super intelligent guy. Like, wow. Everybody needs to go check him out if you're not. December DeMarco. So what is your opinion on his technical analysis?
So he's been doing this in stocks for a long period of time. And the only negative knock you can have on December is none. So
He's
he
made
knows what he's
money.
talking about. There's enough time here that he knows what he's talking about. He sees what I think, if anybody who's looking at it from an analyst perspective, anybody who's inside who knows as things are coming along, anybody who goes back and sees how this thing has developed and looks at the engagement that Voltoshi provides to the community, to anybody, any outward lookers looking in, then you answer your questions. Like, this thing is going to go to the moon. It's going to go absolutely parabolic and crazy at some point, and this is the next. Here's the thing. I'm about to say this is the next Shiba. This is the next Dogecoin, and that's exactly what Voltoshi just said in that last post. Don't say that. This is the next big thing.
Because it's better.
That's what it comes down to. This is the next big thing, and we're all seeing it, and we're all recognizing it. It's just the only thing left. The only variable left is time.
I know when you said, you were like, you're going to wake up one morning and you're going to be like, what happened? You said that. Pablo said that. Power said that. Roy said that. Too many people said that.
It's going to be bigger.
Here's what everybody who's in here right now, here's a mathematical proposition, because I know that Voltoshi loves mathematical propositions. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. Ethereum is trading at $1,100 right now, give or take. When we hit that all-time high, Ethereum was trading at around $3,500. Okay. So that means that it was 200% higher than it is right now. Okay. Ethereum and Volt are wrapped 50-50. That's how wrapped Ethereum works. Half of the value is based on Ethereum, half of the value is based on Volt. Now, if that's the case, then if Ethereum went back to where it was just a short while ago at 34, then that means we would have and it's a 200% increase from where it is. And because it only represents 50%, we would be 100% higher. Now pull up the chart for Volt and look at where we are.
And that's not including burns. Are you talking about burns too?
I'm not talking about burns or anything. I'm just talking about we're wrapped with Ethereum. Okay. You see that number up at the top, 9167? We would be 100% higher than that number right now if we were at 3,400 Ethereum. So we would be at 5 zeros, 18,334.
Wow. And that's just when Ethereum goes up.
Well, that's just with no purchase.
Yeah,
if nobody bought anything right now and Ethereum ran and went up 200% from where it is right now, that would create a 100% increase on the next purchase of the Volt token, because it's paired equally with the wrapped Ethereum. So that means that when we really look at this price, we're seeing depressed price action based on the problems that we're experiencing with Ethereum. We're not seeing a lack of enthusiasm from Volt. We're not seeing a lack of it. Now, scroll back and think about, if you were at 18, then where would your bag be right now? Like, that's when you start to look back at the all-time high and you look at where you were at that point. Like, we retraced a lot, but if it were not for the fact that Ethereum has retraced considerably, we would only have retraced about 50%. And think about the positivity that would have come out of just retracing 50% right now. Everybody here who has $10,000 in their wallet would have $20,000 in their wallet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the math, and that's how wrapped Ethereum and Volt work together. So we're being dragged down literally by Ethereum right now.
By the OG.
That's wild. Just
Yep.
knowing that, like, when Ethereum goes, and I know that, like, when Ethereum goes up, it's going to pump, but not like the way you just explained it. It just makes it even better. Like, that is amazing. And that's our burns. I saw our burn page, and the burns alone, like, people are saying, oh, Elizabeth, like, just I'm a shill queen and this and this and that. I don't care because I'm just trying to help people.
Right. What are
But
you gonna be when Volt goes crazy? You still gonna be the shield queen or what? Or are you just gonna
I
be the
know.
queen?
But I'm like, you guys, the burns alone, like, how can you deny the math on just the burns? And then now Bleeves talking about Ethereum. You know what I mean? Something as simple as Ethereum going up is, and it always goes up. It always goes up. It's just is it going to go up? That's all.
And don't forget, by the way, just a side disclaimer for anybody who tracks this kind of stuff. It's 7:00 now, which means that the South Korean markets have opened for about a half hour, and they have gone down for about 30 straight minutes right now. But they've only taken from 1193 down to 1180 off of the Ethereum price. So it's entirely possible that we're going to start to see quite a bit of pump out of the Asian markets in the overnight, because right now it's kind of this is the spot where they usually do profit taking, and that first hour is profit taking, and then the China market is going to open up at 7:30. So in a half hour, we're going to have China waking up, and they're going to start, the early traders, they'll start probably taking profits because this is a pretty big move to the upside. But then once those guys have cleared out, we've got about 2 hours of smooth sailing where we might just get a nice little pump that leads us to the India markets, which is at 9:30. So about 2.5 hours from now, that's when Mumbai and the India markets open up. Then we have until midnight, and that's when the Middle Eastern markets open up. And then about 3 a.m. And if you ever look at your chart and you ever want to look at the 1 hour charts, go look at what happens at 3 a.m. every single night. That's the European market in full effect. So we're 2 days removed in the European market, and they've been pumping a lot, by the way. So we're 2 days removed from the European market doing a massive dump because the US dollar is strengthening and the euro is weakening. And they found that out on Monday. So they kind of dumped real hard. So now we have Tuesday. They kind of idled sideways. Today should be a day when they start to pump. So it's very possible that we're going to drop this zero again, and we're going to see Volt start to really kind of pump overnight, because we might just see the entire market pump for a short while. Remember, it's going to be short-lived, but we might see that start happening tonight.
Okay, so tonight I'm going to check my wallet. I want to see. Normally with Doglon Mars, whenever I would check it that early in the morning, that was a good time for me to buy. So I guess it just isn't popular over there. I don't know. They're not vaulting enough. That's what it is.
Maybe not.
What about all the... Yeah, we need to get them vaulted. I got a few of them. Y'all have seen it here in the space cabin. Some of them have come over. But okay, advertising. How are we going to market with Voltisoft being such a huge deal, and it's supposed to change the entire crypto space? I'm very interested to see how it works. And so are a lot of people. And I understand why a lot of people want to make sure it works first, like the deep pockets, especially, they're going to really want to see if it works. Then they'll dip in on it, I think. And then that's when it's going to shoot up. But what advertising do you think that they're going to do for Voltisoft? Because it's going to be big. It has to be. What is the biggest thing y'all know about or have heard about with advertising?
Soccer. That's the one I heard. That's the biggest one, I think. Something to do with the end of the year when soccer, I think the World Cup or something like that, they're supposed to be doing something real big. I know they've been talking about the guy who's friends with Messi, trying to get him vaulted up. So if we get him vaulted up soon, we can get to Messi before that happens. And I don't know, that soccer being one of the biggest sports in the world, not just in the US, in the world, I think that could be the biggest marketing piece for Volt.
Okay. All right. And Crypto Chick?
I don't know. I'm thinking UFC for some reason.
UFC.
Because crypto and UFC is pretty huge. Yeah.
Crypto Chick
some
likes to
type of
fight. That's
USD
why.
advertisement.
She likes to fight. Don't get her twisted. She sounds all innocent. And Bleeves, what do you think? What do you think is going to be the biggest, or what have you heard to be the biggest advertising, or your opinion?
What Crypto Chick and what Gangbanger said, that's those are going to be the things. Those are what we lean the heaviest into. You will see advertisements on places like Dex Tool, stuff like that. Like that's you're gonna see. You're going to see a massive campaign start to unveil itself when the timing is right. The timing is not right.
Don't censor yourself, Bleeves. I know you want to talk, man. Speak freely. This is a safe place.
Hey, it's a safe place. No one comes here. We're lost.
It's okay. So here's the thing right now. It's a waste of money to engage with marketing companies. It's not going to benefit us entirely right now. What it's going to be is we're going to throw $250,000 away in 90 days and barely get a pump. You know what I mean? So now is not the time. When we see when we see Ethereum rising to about 25 to 2,800 again, ask me then.
That's what I was going to say. You have to see the stable coins go up for them to feel comfortable, I would think, for Ethereum and Bitcoin to go up.
I don't think so. Stable coins are 800% higher than they were 2 years ago.
That's what I've heard. I've heard like other cryptocurrencies will not like advertise on where is that in New York? What's it called again? Times Square, because there was one that did it last summer, right? And then crypto took a total dump. Like nothing. Their price didn't even go up, or if it did, it was up for like a couple days.
Yeah,
and
that was floating.
Are you talking about Safe Moon? Are you talking about Safe Moon?
No,
it was Floki. Floki.
Oh, okay. Safe Moon.
Remember, Floki had. I mean, they took over entire corners all over the place, and it didn't amount to anything because here's the sad part. The sad part is, the geniuses in this market, they don't realize stuff until it's too late sometimes. We were on the downside and we were destined to go nowhere down because we had achieved $3 trillion as a market cap and the world was crumbling. You have to, stepping back and looking at the last 2 years, you can kind of see everything playing out. When Coinbase came around at that time and Shiba came around at that time and Dogecoin came around at that time, that was a perfect storm that took us from, what was it? 300 billion to 2.7 trillion. That is a lightning in a bottle sort of moment.
Yeah.
That led to the sort of mass adoption that we're experiencing right now on steroids. Then we had just a real big crypto crash that started in May of 21 and that led through July, with the lowest point being on July 20th. My birthday, by the way, pisses me off every single time I talk about it. July 20th was the worst crypto day of that year. And then from that point on, it took off. And
it's like, happy birthday.
Yeah, it took off to the point that we hit $3 trillion. Those kinds of numbers mean that we are on that cusp of mass adoption. And if you just look at the charts, it always goes back up. So all we're doing right now is we're feeling the brunt of that crypto winter type. I mean, that's usually what you call it, is crypto winter. We're feeling that, but it's not going to last forever.
No, it's not.
It's not going to last forever.
Everybody was thinking Bitcoin was going to go to 100K in December. Like I was watching BitBoy. I was watching all of them. I was like on it. And then, you see what happened. So you never know.
I was shouting at my screen every time I watched BitBoy say that. You idiot. There's no way it can happen because the money doesn't exist.
I was like, I love Ethereum, so I was all down for it. But I was like, Bitcoin's really gonna. I am too far behind. I am too far. There's no point with that one now. Let me go for the next best thing.
Bitcoin crypto operates under the premise that the market is always going to do the exact same thing that it always does, from a dollar and multiplier perspective, not from a reality perspective. That's a muted sort of thing. Like the next. he said if it's going to 3 trillion now, it's going to 4 trillion the next time. And that's where he's coming up with these insane numbers. And see, what happened was he expected that 3 trillion that we got in November of last year. He expected that to be like 4.5 trillion, because he just said that's the way the curve works. Well, mathematically speaking, the number has to slow down at some point. And we reached a spot where, look, 2021, you had Coinbase launching, you had Dogecoin pumping, you had Shiba pumping, you had all of these things happening. Then you had stimmy money. Everybody got a stimulus check. Everybody got a tax refund. Everybody was living the fucking dream and didn't even have to go to work. Like, we were laying in puddles of pool, menthol,
nothing better to do than waste our money on crypto.
drinking 40s. I think they're quarts now, but drinking 40s.
Oh my goodness.
Listening to whatever we wanted to. We didn't have to get up. We didn't have to get dressed or anything. Like, everybody's just sitting at home doing that and making money. Well, that's not reality. That's just what happened in that moment. Now we're back to reality. Now we have to pay for all of the sins. And as we pay for them, we're going to start to pump again. So it's coming. You just have to give it a little time, and we're going to get there.
Yeah, we are. It's just a matter of time. Like, that's it. But we've been building in the bear market, so I can't even imagine.
Right.
Like, what? This is insane. Like, and that was the perfect time to do it. He was right. Perfect time to build a project so brand new, revolutionary, was in the bear market. Like, I want to know, though, what would have happened if Voltoshi couldn't have, like, he didn't have a Pablo in the voice chat that day. You know what I mean? Would he have stayed with it? Would he have gone to a different project? Like, how does that work? Like, tell me how something like that works. Any of y'all know?
Somebody else would have stepped up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that because Power came in there some type of way. So, you know, Power ended up.
Power had gotten wrecked. Pablo was the one that kind of groomed Power and fixed Power, because, you know, Power had just gotten wrecked from another token and was just.
Right, I was saying if Pablo wasn't there, though, he would have probably stumbled in there.
Well, here's the thing: somebody would have come along.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's always.
So he would have you think he would have sat in there and been like, all right, somebody come. So, because that's the side of cryptocurrency that an investor doesn't really see. So you're behind the scenes. So you got to understand, like, people like me, we're buying it, we're reading charts, we're doing all this other stuff, but you actually see what's going on. So on a developing team with something like that, you want to start a token, you have all this in your mind, like Vault. Pablo doesn't come in, no Power comes in. What do? Do you literally, you're waiting for the next person to come in? There's always a guy that comes in, or
gangbanger. Look, if you ever played sports, it's called next man up.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
All right.
If you don't have Pablo, then you put in somebody else. If you don't have Power, you put in somebody else, and they either step up or they fall away. And if they fall away, somebody else will step up. Pepsi Aaron steps up. Cassidy steps up.
Yeah.
You know, all these guys.
Ozzy,
Crypto Hound steps up. Like, we talk about Pablo, we talk about Power, but you have to remember, this is a team. Crypto Chick has been here since the beginning.
Yeah, she has.
You know what I'm saying?
Crypto
Chick has been here for the beginning. She would have picked up slack. Cassidy would have picked up slack. Crypto Surfer would have picked up slack. All of these people, they would have been here, and they would have stepped up, and they would have filled whatever void, however big or small that void would have been, and it would have continued moving. And the reason is because Voltoshi would not have let people down. And as we move forward, other people would have always come along and said, oh my God, I can't believe what's going on. And boom, it would just keep going. And like King Viking says, somebody would always come along. They can't do it the way Pablo's done it. It's just not, it's not realistic to expect that.
Yeah.
But somebody might have come along for a shorter period of time and done better, while 10 other people did worse. You know what I mean? Like, you never know.
That's what so cryptocurrencies, when they put it out there, that's what they do. Like, that's like any project. I'm not just talking about Volt. I'm talking about any project too. Like, they would, so there's always a guy or there's always a girl that would do it. Okay, because it's so new. You know what I mean? Maddie. Bye, Maddie. Maddie is not Volt fan.
Everybody, Everybody has a project.
Oh, Maddie.
Everybody has a desire. Everybody has a dream. That's what, cryptocurrency, that's what it represents to all of us. Everybody would have had an opportunity to step up. Somebody would have filled that void. Let me rephrase that. Somebody other than me would have stepped in to fill that void.
I got you.
Well,
I got you. Look at Bleeves.
I believe in you. You're always right,
believe.
Bleeves. You got this.
Yes.
I know.
Man. Okay, so when Volt came around at the very beginning, Crypto Chick, you were there. Bleeves was being an ass. Gain, you came in the spring, right?
Yeah, I came
Okay,
a little after, yeah.
Same as me, like 3 months after. So y'all were there. Crypto Chick, were you there hours after? Or
No,
when?
no. I was there like 3 weeks after, not
3
like
weeks?
first day. Yeah, it was 3 weeks after.
Okay,
it
and what
launched.
made you say, yeah, let me buy this crypto? It's the
Well,
dog.
yeah, well, it wasn't the dog for me. I know it was for some people, it was the dog, but
It
for
wouldn't
me,
have been for me.
to be honest, I actually came across Pablo's video, and then I checked it out. It was like through an algorithm on YouTube. Then I went on Telegram, went in the VC, and I thought it was like, for a whole month, I'm like, is this a scam? Is this a scam? But I started investing in like maybe just like a few $100s. That's it. And then you have
Yeah,
Crypto
pretty
Ja that was in
bags.
the VC and Crypto Dragon King. They were Shiba millionaires. And you know what my thought process is? Follow the money. And I love Shiba. I was an investor of Shiba, and I believed in Shiba. So if they're there, then I'm there. I'm just gonna follow the money. And then every day I just kept on joining the VC, and it just made me a believer.
She said, "Believer, I get $5."
Everybody take a shot. Okay. And then
Yeah.
Bleeves, when did you start? Well, when did Volt get on your radar? And for you enough to make a video and be like, this is blah, 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 blah. When did you get involved?
The day Pablo offered me money.
No way. Okay,
I mean, the day he offered, we were, look, Pablo and I did this before. So, Pablo was just, we were looking around for different plays and different opportunities. So, that's what we were doing. My first video for Volt was December 24 of 2021. And it's called Volt-Inu Continues to Shock the World.
Oh, okay. That's actually, I know, very foreshadowing too.
Yeah.
Think about it.
You're always
now
right,
look at you.
You were right.
I know, you were right.
You were right
From the beginning.
And you didn't even know.
Yeah. And that was
funny.
the first one. And that was December 24. So imagine
so you were being a Scrooge on Christmas Eve. Oh,
yeah.
You're so funny. I love you, Bleeves. He's the crypto Viking.
Sure.
I love the fact that you were like, oh no, about Volt, and now you're over here with your Volt background.
Yeah.
I love it. That's great.
If I don't like something and I tell people that I don't like it or I don't trust it, it doesn't mean that I hate it forever. It means that I'm waiting for a reason to like something. I did a video about Cult DAO the other day and I don't like it. But that doesn't mean that if somebody can't convince me that there's a reason that that I should get into it. And, oh, bro, you just don't understand is not a reason.
Right. The community.
But what about if you what didn't you read what is it called? Didn't you read the manifesto? If you read the manifesto, that you would know. No, because the manifesto's bullshit.
I saw your tweet. I know which one you're talking about.
It doesn't tell you anything.
Oh my god, it doesn't. I didn't read it.
Look, they're.
He's talking about cult, by the way. You can say it.
Right. It's and I'm looking for a reason. Like, listen, I'll be their biggest proponent. I'll support them all the live long day. But give me a reason that makes me feel good about doing it, and I would be happy to. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very simple. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean I can't like it later. And just because I like something now doesn't mean I can't hate it later.
True. But okay, make me feel like, okay, so you've worked with a lot of developers. I can tell, like you've been around this crypto space, sir. You know things. So Strange Inu, I heard that they have branched off and they're like dipping in on different projects. You know what I mean?
Of course they are.
So yeah, and the okay, for people in watching this who have asked me this before in my DMs, who will not ask it in the chat, is Voltoshi part of the Strange Inu developing team?
No, I didn't have anything to do with it.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay.
Was
Thank
that a
you.
real question?
Oh, I get many questions.
Man, I heard that he was a part of. I'm not saying I believe this, but I heard someone else say that he was a part of Squid Games.
Or that too.
Oh
See,
my God.
I'm telling you,
Wow.
we get to, maybe it's because of videos. You get some crazy stuff.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Listen, here's what I hope everybody takes this with a grain of salt, and I hope that everybody understands.
Mm-hmm.
There are only so many investors in this space. If you go to CoinGecko and you ever look it up, there is a category, and it's called meme coins. So you can go look and you can see what your market cap is by meme coin, and you'll know exactly what that inherent value is. Or you can pull it up by metaverse, and you can see that, basically there's about we have like a $3 billion market cap, or what is a $13 billion market cap, and of that 13 billion, 12 billion is Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. So we're all sharing a very small part of a very big pie, a very, very, very minuscule portion. So the reason that you see such backstabbing and people who will lie about everybody in this space is because I have to find my investors, but I'm not going down the street to find my investors. I have to go to another crypto to find my investor. So I have to find somebody who doesn't believe in what they're in.
You're so right.
And I have to get those people to come to me in order for my crypto to pump. So I will lie, cheat, and steal and say whatever I have to do, if I'm a piece of shit, that is, to make somebody come over to mine. You add that piece in with certain people are just scumbags. Then you have a recipe for a very toxic sort of landscape. So, when I was in Saitama, and when Saitama had this thing called Lillian Finance, they were going to launch it in Cytomask.
Sorry.
They couldn't get Cytomask to work. Well, they couldn't get Cytomask to work. So Lillian Finance decided that it was going to launch on Ethereum. Now, they didn't do a good job because they were rushing it, because they didn't know what they were doing. This was their first venture into crypto. So they launched a horrible contract that was broken, and they screwed everything up. However, they were honest people just trying to get a launch. But according to everybody in Saitama, they were nothing but no good, dirty criminals. And all I could do is look at every one of those people and be like, bitch, didn't you 24 hours ago tell me you couldn't wait to buy Lillian Finance? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Wow.
Because they wanted to shit on the project because it was no longer in their realm. And that's what this is. It's this whole thing is just, it's simple.
Yeah.
Wasn't it that Saitamask couldn't even launch it?
Do what?
Wasn't the problem that Saitamask couldn't even launch it? So they had to go somewhere else.
Right. They had created a business called Lillian Finance. They had created a business and they had to launch, and Saitama couldn't get their wallet to work. So
I know I couldn't.
But here's the thing. They, neither party went about it the right way when they were disengaging from each other. And then the Saitama people are the worst. They, for a long time, they were just the worst. They shit on everybody and everything. They were just very toxic sort of environment for a lot of people. And, anybody who wasn't with them was against them, and they were the enemy. And that's just not good business. So
it's like karma.
It's because we're all fighting for the same people. Like we have to convince a finite group of people to invest in our product in order for it to go to that next level. Like, for example, Volt. Like, if we got half of the people in Saitama to invest in Volt and to just say, you know what, shit is crazy over here. That's 50,000 or 70,000 new holders, just like that. Just like that. If you convince those people, if you do the same thing with Shiba, then you've got what, 500,000 holders, 700,000 holders. Like, that's the number of holders, but it doesn't grow. Like, there's only like 4 million holders, maybe maximum.
I think the 1,000th wallet has like 400K in there too, something like that. Something like a big number. Like, they have big money. So if you get Shiba holders, you're not just getting their holder, you're getting some deep pockets.
Well, but we're all fighting for the same eyes. Right. That's the end of it, is we're all fighting for the same eyes, and we're trying to convince individuals to switch brands. And then the brand that you're getting them to switch from, they're not going to like that.
And some people get wrecked and then they want to leave too and not come back. So yeah, you do have to poach each other's projects.
Yeah, and those people are called Jeets. And they're made fun of. See what I'm saying? That's just another level. Like, we joke around about it, but all we're doing is we're trying to diminish that person. We're trying to devalue anybody who doesn't agree with us in this space. And one of the cool things about Volt is that, you know, when Rodney was doing his Rodney bullshit, we just walked away.
Yeah. I think Rodney at heart knows he's going to have to vault it sometime and he's going to hate it, but I think he knows he is.
Oh, he's not going to hate it. He doesn't care. Like, we're anybody who thinks that's you're giving Rodney too much credit. Rodney doesn't care. He was just, look, he was trying to pull in eyes. That's all. Yeah. He's just trying to get he's just trying to get people to watch him. He's controversial. He tries to play into that controversy. That's all.
All for views.
It's like a Jerry Springer, you know? The cameraman's going to follow the action. He's not going to let you leave.
Right.
I think like everybody that is telling me stuff too, and I know all YouTube channels get something like a comment or two or DMs. Mine are mainly in the DMs, like saying so many things about how the project this and this and that. I'm not even going to mention anything, but I'm like, you guys, I feel like y'all, there's something really revolutionary coming, like, and it's not going to be a Sadamask. That's what they're like, oh, be careful, it might be a Sadamask. And I'm like, I feel like our migration was great, everything's being delivered, I feel like this guy's done this before. I think it's going to be okay. And that's where my faith comes in. I know a lot of the Vault army, we can feel it. Voltoshi keeps delivering everything he says he's going to do. He does. And he does it even better, like way better.
Can I be bold enough to finish that sentence for you?
Okay, go ahead.
Be careful, because I don't want this thing to end up like Sadamask. What you should probably do is empty your bag and then invest in the crypto that I'm in. Let me tell you more about that crypto now. That's what everybody's trying to do. Look, we all have ulterior motives. I mean, that's what they're trying to do. And if anybody doesn't see that, wake up. You know what I mean? That's what everybody's trying to do. Like, I don't know about that thing, man. You know that Sadamask didn't work out one time.
Yeah.
Right. So then why are we
now we're here.
Why is anybody look, if you use the logic of crypto that the people in crypto are trying to use, then why is anybody in the world a Catholic anymore? Because you know what they did, right?
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we're all just trying to, hey, you know what? That could go bad. Like, that could really go bad. But you know what will never treat you wrong? And then you just get some random fucking crypto over here.
This baby vault with a pacifier in its mouth. What is up with that? Did y'all see that? It's baby vault. Does that have anything?
I mean, the baby vault was coming. I thought that like 3 months ago that the baby vault was going
to Okay, so because I was warning people.
You're going to have Voltama. You're going to have Volt Nobi. Well, you already have Volt Nobi.
Wait, we have Volt Nobi.
You'll have Shiba Volt.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's the imitators and the duplicates and the imitators are coming.
Yeah, they're fixing to roll out. You're right. When I saw Baby Vault, I was like, what? Why would? Okay. I was like, that doesn't have anything to do with it.
Sounds cute.
It
Sounds
is
really
kind of
cute, Space
cute.
Chick.
It is kind of cute. It is. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
baby, vote if you're watching. Vote to change is on the way, and we will burn your tokens for free. How about
Exactly. Come on over.
that?
Right.
Bring your volume, bring it all. We don't
It'll
give
be
a
all right. Yeah,
I'll put it this way. I
sure.
do some coverage on Terra Luna. You would be shocked to see how many people have asked me about LRP, the Luna Recovery Project. And I'm
What?
like,
Yeah,
God.
I
that's a
know.
goddamn rug pull.
Yeah, it is.
Don't
Oh
touch
my
anything
God.
like that.
Don't touch
Oh,
it.
wow.
So Terrarium, I know that crypto just launched something on Monday, and some people were saying, well, that's what Voltoshi's launching is similar to Terrarium. Have y'all seen Terrarium at all? Like their launch pad and all that?
Yeah, I cover them almost every day. You
I
don't watch
know.
me enough, girl.
I was gonna say I was actually not talking to
Mm-mm.
you. I was
Yeah.
talking to Gain Bangers and Crypto Chick.
I have not seen it.
I'm so serious. I know you do.
I'm curious to what it is
Yeah.
though. So it is a launch pad or is it an app?
It's supposed to be an app that's launching and everything, but I just feel like once you make a wrong move in a project, by putting out information a little too early, it can really damage a project. And I
When
think there's a reason why Voltoshi doesn't come out and say everything that he's doing, and some people get upset about that. Some people are saying, oh, he's too cryptic, oh, I don't like these messages, oh, this and that. Well, he's hinting to things and he can't say it because then you have people come out and copy like the color and copy things like that. So I mean, I get it, but that terrarium, that launch pad, I don't know. I actually haven't followed up on it since it launched, but people were saying it's similar to that. Bleeves, is it similar to something like that? Volti-Soft or Volt?
Is which one similar? Terrarium?
But yeah, like their launch pad, like how they have that set up. Is that something like Volti Change is going to look like? Do you think?
I mean,
Or we're way past that.
the only way that well, so
I think we are.
all right. So TerraPool. So you have to understand what.
Most likely.
I just want people watching my channel to hear this. That's all.
Yeah. First of all, the only thing that Terrarium has launched so far is called TerraPool. And what it is it's a launch pad. So if you have a business and you want to launch a token, then you can sign up for them and they will help you launch a token and get you ready to launch. That's what they do right now. So it looks, and I mean, you can go to just go watch one of my videos about TerraPool and you can see what it looks like. But here's the thing. At the end of the day, what you see on your phone, the only difference between most apps is the color of the app. I mean, a calculator is a goddamn calculator. You know what I mean? An exchange is an exchange. I mean, go take an honest look at every crypto exchange. If you have like BitGet, if you have because I have like BitGet, Bybit, I have Binance.us, like I have all kinds of different ones. And guess what? They all look the same. So you can expect everything's going to kind of look the same and it's going to function. You just want it to function well. And then it doesn't really matter who's the best. It matters who promotes it the best.
Exactly.
So,
yes, because you can have the best product, but if you're not valid, you're not trending. I'm sorry. Goodbye. Right. Try again. Come back later.
Right. Terrarium is just one of those places where it's got the benefit of some whales, and it's whales with capital W. These guys are building their own blockchain. They're building their own centralized exchange. They're building their own TerraPay ecosystem, where you can have like a TerraPay Black Card, which is a MasterCard. So just like some of the things that we're all working on right now.
Like with a bolt on it, like a lightning bolt?
No, it would actually just be a triangle for their TerraPay.
No,
logo.
for us.
Oh yeah, there should be a lightning. There should be a lightning and a dog head on. We've already got this. Like this design is copyrighted, so that's what it should be. That should be on the center of it, and there should be like a Visa or MasterCard logo in the corner. You know what I mean? But I mean, it's going to do the same thing. It's just got it's got the benefit of $1 million whales behind it. We don't have. All we have is Voltoshi, who's $1 million whale himself, even if he's not telling you guys. But look, we're gonna be fine. We're going to be good. And it's not going to look the same because it's a different color scheme, but they all work the same. That's it. They just all work the same.
Okay. Okay. Well, that makes sense because I'm just trying to figure out how it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to know. I've had a lot of people say, I want to know how it's going to work. I want to know the burning mechanism and that. And I'm like, you know what? We don't know. All right. Crypto Chick said she's got to go. Say goodbye to our Crypto Chick, y'all. We love you. Lightning bolts in the chat for Crypto Chick.
That's right. We love our Crypto Chick.
Yeah, we do. Lightning bolts up.
She's amazing. She does a lot for this project. Sitting in that voice chat, Telegram, lives. I mean, she's.
Come on, guys, show her lightning bolts. This is Crypto Chick. This is not some Bleeves or something. Show
yeah.
Me,
Come on. What's up,
Oh,
Eddie?
Bleeves. Come on, Bleeves.
I told you. See, it's a safe place. Nobody watches this. That's what I'm telling you, Bleeves. See, everyone's asleep. They don't care what we're talking about right now.
All right, guys. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate
right.
it. Have
Thank
a
you
good
for
night.
coming.
Thank you.
All right.
Of
Bye.
Bye.
Smart girl, future millionaire right there. If she's not already. What if she's Voltoshi? She's like, all right, y'all, this is what's going on. I got to get out of here. They're talking about stuff.
It's getting too hot for her in there, man.
I know. All right. So that's what's up. That's what I wanted to know, like how it's going to work in that, because I know that they said it's going to be like Everrise, what Everrise is trying to do. It's going to be something similar or not similar, but when they bring it up, they don't say certain words. They're just, I don't know how they do it, but they insinuate.
So are you talking about Volt-Inu and Everrise, or are you talking about?
Okay. Yeah, they said that it's going to be similar. Like what they're doing is going to be that plus a lot more. That's what I heard.
I'm here for it all. I just cannot wait.
I know. It's like Bleeves said, when you said that today on your video, when you said it could happen overnight, like you could wake up and then there it went. I was like, you know what? He knows.
So speaking about that overnight and stuff, I know Voltoshi says a lot that, following the footsteps of the OG apes, and I think about how they overnight just boom, crypto.com, Coinbase. It was literally like that. And then I go thinking about the VDSC, right? And people saying it has something to do with like a card or something like that, but I think it has something to do with something else. I don't think it has
something bigger. I think it has something to do with something bigger that you can branch off of later on,
Yeah.
Like different streams of income on this. Like,
and I know they said the NFTs have their own roadmap. So I'm thinking the NFTs might be something to do with the VDSC. And then we're talking about the randomness and following the footsteps of the OG apes. So now we're talking, I don't know, if somehow you have to buy the NFTs with Volt. Volt was on every single exchange at one time. That will send the price of Volt through the roof because everyone's going to try to, for one, buy the NFTs and for one, try to buy Volt. So it would be a massive way, I think, to start the biggest tsunami. He talks about tsunamis a lot. He talks about the whales and in the lakes a lot. And if I don't know. I just get deep into that, man.
No, you're right. No, for real. I'm serious. I think you're so 100%. And then Bleeves is moving over there like he's getting nervous. So
Was I hot? Was I cold? What was that?
No. So the NFTs are going to have their own roadmap. The Michael Saylor Dragon, something going on with that. Those are the ones that are going to have their own roadmap?
That's what. So I don't know if the dragon and the sailors are the NFTs, but I'm thinking that's what it is. But I know the NFTs have their own roadmap, or that's what I was told, that they have their own roadmap. Okay. NFTs. So whatever the NFTs are, they have their own roadmap. Now I'm speculating that the VDSC is the NFTs, and the dragon sailor is part of the acronym. But I don't know. That's just somebody saying right here. Volt the smart chain, like people were saying, like stuff like that, and like a card. So but I don't know. I don't see those having their own roadmap or having, you know what I mean? So
And the island. What does an island have anything to do with cryptocurrency or
So check
NFTs?
it. The
And metaverse
island.
is not the metaverse. We're not on an island in there. We're like in a nightclub. So what is the island?
So the island could be maybe possibly their own like metaverse. So you're buying like land, or you're buying like islands, or you're buying like pieces of islands. You know, it could be.
Oh,
You know, so you're owning virtual islands or virtual land on islands or something like that. With the
that would be
dragons.
awesome. Look, you're gonna twirl your mustache next. Believes. Oh my goodness. I mean, I think that's possible. I'm a big metaverse nerd, so I'm all for it. Like, I love the metaverse. That is the next best thing. I get guys saying to me, it's never a girl. Oh, the metaverse. No one's going to do that. No one's going to. Okay. All right. Just like I always say, don't be that person who said, forensic science wasn't going to be a thing. Don't be that one. Be the one to know that there's change and go with it, because technology just keeps on rolling out. So you got to go with it. That's why cryptocurrency, some people will send me stuff, like friends, in my email and say, Bitcoin's going to crash. It's not going to do anything. And worried that I'm all into cryptocurrency. And I'm like, you guys have, and now especially that I'm into Volt-Inu. Like, I don't know. Like, my parents trust me. People around me trust me. I made some money, but not in crypto. On the stock market, I made money. That's where I made my money. So crypto, I feel like with Volt-Inu, like, this is something that we really dipped into, something really good, that I really do feel like if we miss Doge. And my thing was, I had Doge. I didn't sell it. I got greedy. It wasn't that I didn't have it, is I didn't sell it. And that's another thing, is your exit point. You need to know what to do. That's your next step. You need to know what to do. Oh, shoot. We have somebody in the house. I have a special guest in the house. Y'all want to see who it is?
Yes, sir. Let's see.
Pablo.
Hey.
What up? What up? Bleeves. What's up,
What
Bleeves?
up, man?
Hey, I heard
Nice.
somebody was trying to spill the beans with some glasses and stuff, so I had to get in here and be like, "What are you doing, man? What
Oh
are
my
you doing?"
I knew he was all like, oh man.
Bleeves, you're supposed to be watching these guys. What
Dog,
are
I
you
sat here
doing?
the whole time quiet. I didn't say shit.
He was starting to do this and starting to turn, and I'm watching his body language. I'm like, we're getting close.
Yeah, when his eyeballs start moving inside the glasses, you can start to see things, you know?
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
All right, well, let
We're
me do
just,
this. Now
yeah.
I got to do my alter ego thing. I got to put my cape on and go over and do my own show. But before I leave, first of all, what's up, Pablo?
Oh,
Yo,
man.
flat head hat wearing motherfucker.
Look at that. That's a nice one. Look, this is
Oh my-
Nice. So here's the deal that everybody should be thinking about. And this is not something that Voltoshi's going to tell you. It's not something that Pablo's going to tell you. It's not something that Power's going to tell you. This is something I'm going to tell you. And I don't know anything other than this. I know everything. I'm always right. First.
Yep.
First, every centralized exchange right now is feeling the heat of this bear market. Everybody is looking for those things that are going to make them money. The same thing happened a while back, and they started to accept other tokens like Shiba, like Doge, like tokens that didn't otherwise have this big exposure, right? Volt can pay what they want. Volt can give them what they need in order for them to give us what Volt needs, which is the increased exposure. So everybody should remember, and everybody should think about this. All of these tier one exchanges, once one drops, there's going to be a lot dropping, like one after the other, after the other, after the other. And it's not going to be because we're doing something special other than just being Volt. It's going to be because they're going to need us more than we need them at some point real soon.
I know, and that's the exciting part, is
That's how
knowing
these
that
centralized
part.
exchanges are. They're out there looking right now. You think Coinbase is not sitting there laying off 300 people thinking, oh shit, we probably should have taken on some other tokens. They're all looking for ways to increase their flows and increase their revenues and to get more people trading. So you have to think about that. And you guys have to recognize that at some point, this thing is going to blow up and these floodgates are going to open. And you're not hearing it from Pablo. You're not hearing from Power. You're not hearing from Volt-Inu. I'm telling you, this is what these guys are thinking of right now. This is what these guys have on their minds right now. That's what's going to end up happening. They need Volt.
I like how you said that. I like how you said that because it is so true what he's saying. So true.
Yeah, they're all going to be coming. You know they are. There's so many projects. Like whenever I started doing my research and really comparing like burning mechanisms to Volt, there's no comparison. None. Like you can't even, and now that we have this fixing to come out, roll out, everybody's going to just flock. They're going to have no choice, just like you said. People, YouTubers, the news, anybody that was against Volt is just going to have no choice. And the tokens are going to have no choice but to want to come to Volt to burn their tokens. Just burning alone, you know.
All right. So, well, with that, I got to get out of here because day trading's mom just called. She needs me over there.
Okay.
So I got to go.
Thank you for coming, Bleeves, the Crypto Viking. Love you so much. Thank you for popping in, Space Cabin.
You guys have a good night. Pablo, I'll talk to you later.
See you, bro.
He's like, I'll talk to you in the principal's office later.
Yeah, we're all gonna be in a line like, hey, what's going on, guys? What is this?
Oh,
what is this?
Oh my god. We're just trying to figure stuff out.
Well, you guys are getting pretty damn close. It's scary. You know, it's scary what you guys got going on in here. I was like, whoa!
It's the Space Cabin. Nobody's watching.
Well, let's see. You got like 50 people, 60 people watching. That's enough. That's enough.
Oh my goodness,
bro! I say I know who Volt-Inu is every week. Don't nobody believe nothing that comes out of my mouth. I'm like,
I know. I look at artwork all the time. Nobody even believes anything that I'm saying about these black spots on there.
I still think you're right when you said Akon. I don't know why.
I know, right?
It has to be Akon, man. It has to be.
It has to be, man.
It has to be Akon. He's the only one that makes sense. Out of all of them, he's the only one that makes sense.
The only one. And he's the only one I know that has enough money to do some crazy stuff.
See, if it was Usher, you would already had Justin Bieber doing tweets. So we know it's not Usher for sure.
Oh my God.
That takes him out of it.
But Akon was locked up, you know, so he knows how to contain himself.
Exactly.
I wish I could play that song right now. Too bad I can't play it.
Isn't that annoying that you can't even play a lot of these music just because all the copyrights? It's like, dude, you're just promoting the music.
I know.
And they're not gonna care, right?
No, Akon's not gonna be like, look, Space Chick, I'm gonna calm down with that. Playing my music.
Calm down with everybody seeing that.
but no, out of all things, I think Bleeves is very right about exchanges because think about it like this, like. Let's say you have a store, right? And you haven't had a customer in like 6 months, right? So whoever goes in that store, you're like, oh my God, thank God you're here to buy something, right? Thank God. And you brought people with you. Oh my Jesus, you know? So this is a time. This is why I feel like Volt-Inu launched in a bear market because he knew that if he would have launched in a bull cycle, then he would have had more competition and a higher price for like Coinbase, Binance, all those top exchanges.
Yeah.
It's like buying Christmas in January or buying Christmas,
true.
You know?
No, you're right.
In the middle of June.
Smartest thing to do.
Exactly. Like right now, buy some winter gear. It's a lot cheaper, right?
It's true. That's what I do.
The crypto market works exactly the same way as the real world. Like you buy in the off season so you can have it ready to go in the season. And that's exactly what Volt-Inu is going to do. He's going to buy all these things when it's cheap and affordable because he's smart. He's smart money. That's what smart money does. And then when things skyrocket, we're just going to chill and just be at the top of the wave, just watching everybody struggle.
You're like, we told y'all. We told y'all. I told you I wasn't a shill queen, and I don't care what you call me anyway. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help your future.
Well, you know, Even
I don't care.
even the biggest hater is gonna promote us,
I think
right?
so. And that's what
317.
I love. That's what I love. You know it's
We
gonna
even had Pete the
happen.
G in here earlier. Pete the
Yeah.
G was here, man. He tried to piggyback off of what Bleeves was saying, but I was trying to step in and say the
Mhm.
difference was Pete the G G'd it out and went to a rug pull.
3. Like that's
That's the
just
difference.
karma. That is
Oh
karma.
man.
3. He screwed somebody over and got it 3 times fold.
You know what a professional, like, as he thinks he's a trader, what a professional trader would do is not say anything about anything. Like, never say, "Oh, I just sold my bulls for this." You never talk about it. You just do it in the background if that's what you do as a trader, right? Because you never know when you're gonna get wrecked 3 times in a row, and you might want to go crying back to your house and be like, "Mother, I am back home. Take care of me, please, mom." You know what I'm saying? You,
Yes.
you
He
can
was
never.
in my chat the other night and I got so upset. Pete, if you're in here, you really had me
He just
heated the
came
other
back.
night. But
Yeah.
now you're in here and now I'm just like he said he has a whole bunch. So I mean good for you.
Hey
That's
man,
good.
hey, you know
That's
how
great.
many
I'm
people?
glad you're
You know
blessed.
how many people tell me every day that they were here in December, every day. I was like, really? Well, I didn't see you since today. Like, where the hell
No
you been for 6 months?
People are doing that.
Oh yeah, that happens so much. Oh, I'm top holder, guys. No, you're not, man. We know your ass is broke. You got wrecked in 3 tokens.
Right.
Bro,
January 1st.
I didn't realize Ozzy doxed his wallet. He's like the number 6 holder.
Dude,
It says King Ozzy.
that's
Fucking,
one of his wallets,
he
bro.
said that was his kid's wallet. I'm like, well, wait a minute.
What?
See,
How is your kid a bigger wallet than me? What the hell am I doing wrong?
see,
Oh my
and
goodness.
he's not over there telling you how much he has.
Nah,
He
yeah, I
just went
know.
out. He just went out and named his wallet. You know why him name his wallet? Because this man has 4 wallets. That one right there, that's his forever wallet. So that's his baby, right? And then he has 3 other wallets in the top 50 on top of that.
That's
Crazy,
crazy.
huh? Crazy.
He got,
Aussie's
he
no
got
joke.
about 1.8 sitting there in the top 50.
And let me tell y'all want separate wallets
You do?
because I had all mine in one wallet. And whenever I got hacked, boom. And now I learned my lesson. But stuff like that has to happen as much as it sucks. Just like me forgetting to turn my mic on for the longest time, well, one of my lives. I always
That
make
was
sure
the
it's
thing.
on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that was really messed up. Whoever did that to me is going to get horrible karma. But you know what? I learned, and now I'm a better investor. Now I have my plays laid out. Now I have something. And I want to tell you guys in the chat, if you get a ledger, get it with a fireproof case because they do melt. So once you get a ledger, get a fireproof case. There is
What
no
are you,
point.
what are you doing with the ledger and the heat, anyways? That's what I want to
Well,
know.
no, if
Like,
there's a fire. So,
oh, okay.
like,
They're
besides
doing
running and, like, I mean,
I
I
got
would probably.
I
And
got you.
that's what I was joking with somebody one day. They were like, don't forget grandma's Bible. Don't forget the ledger.
Don't forget the
We'll get
ledger.
her another Bible.
right.
You got to diversify your money, split it amongst wallets.
You
Like,
do.
I have 4 wallets, and then I have money in like 5 exchanges,
Mhm.
5 different ones.
You see,
You know
but I
what I mean?
learned that from y'all. Y'all teach something
Mhm.
every single time y'all have a live. Man, I learn about taxes. I've learned, I mean, you can always continue to hear it again and again, but you guys really teach people. And that's what I love about your lives. I'm always like trying to blast your lives on my videos because I'm like, go see
Look,
Pablo Cro.
well, think about it. Think about it, right? Let's say you have 4 wallets, and somehow, for some bad luck, somebody hacks one of them. Well, you still got 75% of your portfolio, right?
Exactly.
But if 100% of your portfolio is in one wallet and that's it, and it gets hacked, they drain you out completely. You're done. So now
Oh,
you got to
man.
start from nothing.
Minutes,
Sucks.
moments.
Sucks.
Yeah, that's heart-wrecking, man.
See, so what I always do is, I set a price for myself. Okay, I'm gonna set this wallet at a certain amount, and once it hits that amount, I stop putting money in that wallet, and then I'll start another wallet, and build it up to that same amount, and then do the same over and over again. And then you pick and choose what wallet's the one you're going to take profits from, which one's your long-term wallet, which one's the one that you're moving to exchanges. You know what I mean? All that matters, because look what happened today. Bitmar killed a 0, and it went all the way to the 12. It had a massive pump, right?
Yeah.
So this is what you do when later on down the road, let's say you're sitting at a 50 to 100x or whatever your targets are, you say your price sell in an exchange like Bitmar, right? Think about this. I set a target in Bitmar like 6 months ago, like when it got released. I don't even remember how long ago, but I set a price target, and literally this morning it triggered it, and it made my $2,000 sell. Isn't that crazy? I forgot about it. It just I said it so long ago that I just said, you know what? When this thing does this many X's, this will automatically sell, and it did.
You're like, oh, thanks.
And then I did an automatic buy in Mex Global. You know, when it went down to the 5s, and it was crazy because like when the right here on Ethereum, when it hit the 7s, Mex Global hit the 5s. So what happened is I had a $10,000 buy when it hit the 5s on automatic system that I said like literally like 2 or 3 months ago, right? So literally like last week it went all the way down and it did the automatic trigger buy, and I was like, oh, look at that! I just bought a bunch of Volt and the 5s. Isn't that crazy?
That is. Oh man, that's a great price.
And now think about this. Now when it goes back to the 10 again, you automatically double your money instantly, right? So you got to play with these exchanges because that's what they're there for. You got your buying target and your selling target. Obviously, your DeFi holding is your number one. This is your main source, but the exchanges are for you to kind of do day trading along the way.
See, that's something that a lot of people don't know about. It's like you're trading stocks in there, just playing with it like that.
Because see, what people don't understand is that in an exchange is basically just a giant whale that bought a big amount of Volt, and it circulates in that exchange because that's what the exchange holds, right? So all those buys and sells are inside the exchange and never fluctuate or get affected by the DeFi. See what I mean? It's all their own little thing going on. So let's say, for example, it pumps and burns a 0 in the exchange, and it doesn't happen on DeFi, and then it drops back to the 5. It doesn't affect the DeFi either. So it doesn't matter what happens in the exchanges. So instead of taking your profits or doing your buys and trades on DeFi, you start doing that in exchanges. And that's how you make some real gains. Because now think about this, all right? Think about this. Let's say you're a day trader. I'm going to teach you a little bit about day trading, okay? You're a day trader. If you're doing it in DeFi, for every buy and sell, you're losing that 13%, right? For every buy and sell. Now, let's say you move, 5 billion tokens to Bitmar, right? 5 billion. You move 5 billion over there, and they just sit there, right? And you trade those. Now, you can trade that as much as you want without paying any fees for buys and sells. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, you're right.
You say your buy target, you say you sell target. Your buy target, you sell target, and you never pay any tax fees. See, this is what I don't understand about people trading in DeFi. They're just stupid at this point. You know what I mean?
All that money just going out the door. Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, like the G selling and buying in DeFi is stupid. You know what I mean? Take that to exchanges and do it there. And you don't have to
understand that because that's just throwing money, putting money in the toilet and flushing it, in my opinion. Like literally, that's what it's doing.
Think about this, right? So a 13% tax buy and a 13% sales tax, that's 26%. Now, if you do 26% in Bitmar, you did really good. See what I'm saying? You profit 26%. You didn't lose 26%. So it's a big deal. What is it going to do when it pumps 50 to 100%? Now you're up 126%. See what I'm saying? Instead of like pumping 100% on DeFi and you lose that percentage when you sell, and then you're like, oh shit, I'm missing out on Volt. So you buy back in. So now you lost all that money. See what I mean? That's why you look at DeFi and you take DeFi as a long-term hold. Like I'm just gonna buy this amount in DeFi and I'm not gonna mess with it. Now, if you want to day trade and play around, use the exchanges, and that's what they're there for. That's what they want you to do anyways.
Mm-hmm. Some people are scared to get in on exchanges right now. Some of my friends that are watching, I know some of them are saying, oh, you shouldn't get in on exchanges right now. You can get, your tokens locked up, whatever. My opinion with that is that can happen anytime with anything. You know what I mean? Like,
It's
but
happening at the bank. It's
you're
happening at the bank. Someone I know,
yeah.
literally, both of their accounts got shut down today, and they're getting a check in they're getting a check in a couple of days. So right now they can't access any funds until they get that check.
You got to take advantage of you got to take advantage of those exchanges. Think about this. Right?
Yeah, you do.
Think about this. What if you wake up tomorrow and Bitmart pumped 200% and DeFi didn't even move? Think about that. So now you have your sell target, right? You take your profits in Bitmart and you come back and add to your long-term wallet, which is your DeFi wallet. See what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how you grow your bag. You don't grow your bag by buying and selling in DeFi. You grow your bag by buying and selling in exchanges.
So just in case you didn't know, I was going to say, I believe Bitmart does reflections, correct?
They do. On top of that, Bitmart does reflections.
And we're whitelisted. So I don't have to worry about that happening to me again because, I mean, like we said, he's not on the guest. If they're not on the guest list, they're not getting any.
So you always got to take advantage. Like I have an account in Bitmart, Mex Global. What is the other one? Bitrue, and then Bidget. So I have Bolt tokens in all 4 exchanges. So I have my buy targets and my sell targets in all exchanges right now.
And you have wallets. You have multiple wallets.
Yep.
So smart.
Yep, that's how you got to work. You can't put all your Volt in one thing. That's it. You can't do that because that one thing becomes like basically a target. That's your 100% investment that can be 100% wiped out in any moment in time.
Okay, so we'll say somebody just has their crypto.com DeFi wallet and they want to move it and spread it to exchanges just like what you're saying. We'll say they have about 3 billion Volt, right? They want to spread it out. What would be your advice to somebody who has like 3 billion? How to spread that out?
If you already have 3 billion, I mean, it's a good amount, but it's not a massive amount. I would not split that up. If anything, I would start a whole new thing. Like, for example, like that could be like your long-term wallet, like your forever wallet, your main wallet. Okay. So now what you do is you look at, okay, I'm going to start a baby wallet from zero, from scratch. Or, I want to buy some of these tokens in a exchange.
Yeah.
You got to
Do you suggest the exchange? I would suggest to somebody, like you said, putting it aside. I love that because I don't know, like you just made me see something totally different. I love that. So, and then just going right off the exchanges from then.
Yeah, your long-term wallet, you don't it's not something that you're always checking. It's not something that you're always logging in, logging out every 5 minutes. It's something that you just make one time. And you say, you know what? I'm selling this one at 50 billion market cap, and you just leave it alone till we get to 50 billion, right?
Yeah.
There's a difference. I mean, there's no point in checking that wallet every day because it hasn't hit your target. So you got to have your own personal target. And then on the rest of it, let's say, okay, that's my target wallet. Now I'm going to start my medium wallet, or I'm going to start my baby wallet, however many wallets you want to have. And you just start fresh on a new wallet.
Okay.
That's literally what you do.
I like your style, Pablo.
Well, it just protects everybody. Like think about it, 317. If you have 5 wallets and one gets hacked, you still got 4, man. You're good.
Right.
You're like, yeah, it sucks they got me, but they didn't get me 100%. So you protect yourself. Now if you're doing your day trades on exchanges instead of DeFi, then you're saving yourself all those taxes on those buys and sells. So see how you're growing your bags even quicker because you're doing smart moves instead of retarded moves on DeFi.
On DeFi, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That just makes sense right there. Trading, and I like how y'all talked about. I know you're gonna get a lot of questions this July about taxes again. You're going to get a lot of questions about this and that. And I just got to say, though, I have to say, I watched that December DeMarco AMA yesterday. You did awesome, by the way. You guys did amazing representing Volt. Oh my gosh, I love your lives. I think you guys are just awesome. I like how you bring everybody in and stuff too. I like how you educate, how you took the time to stop and answer questions, like legit beginner questions, and you answered them. You didn't care whose live you were on. I like that. I was like, he doesn't care whose live he's on. He's gonna take the time and answer this question, and I love that. And that's why we've been like mass adoption. Like I mean, if you don't, you can have the best product in the world, but if nobody knows about you, you're not. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, but we were talking about that gain bangers, and I a little bit ago we were saying how, you know, like what's going to happen with this new Volti stuff rolling out? How are we going to, you know, how is it going to get out there, roll out? What do you think, Pablo? How is it going to roll out?
Well, oh man, it gets pretty exciting because you look at other projects. I mean, like Saitama, for example, they failed to deliver SATA Mass. Now it's SATA Pro, whatever. I mean, they still have failed to deliver that. I believe if Saitama would have done the right thing with SATA Mass, it probably would be in the top 20 tokens right now in the entire crypto space. It would be massive, but because they didn't roll out what they said they would, and they didn't deliver, that's why they're at where they're at today. So everybody has that fear, that's scared, that there's always a what if it doesn't work out, you know, kind of like when we had the migration. There was so many people that sold because they were scared, right? So many. It was
they're so mad at themselves.
nasty, right? So they all lost their positions. And what did they do? When the migration was clean, everything was beautiful, they all came back in and bought the top. So now all those people that were in profits are now in the negatives. See what I'm saying?
Yes.
And they probably sold again at a loss again. You see what I'm saying? So
yeah.
It's stupid trading. It's stupid trading for sure. But what's going to happen is this time people are looking at Volt a little bit more serious. They're saying, you know what? Volt has delivered everything it has ever promised. It's always flawless. Like Voltoshi always finds the best developing team, the best everything to make anything. So now what I think is happening is all these people that are smart money are sitting on the sidelines, just waiting for this to be released.
Those deep pockets.
So when this gets released and it proves itself once again that Voltoshi delivers some good quality services, all these big money, all this big investors, they're gonna start flooding in, all of them. It's gonna be.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be chaotic. It's gonna be chaotic.
I think it's gonna be like this, you know, that calm before the storm moment. Like some news gets dropped and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, what happened? Why is it not moving? Why is it not moving?" And then like a day or two later, boom. It's gonna be crazy.
Boom. It's gonna be all over Twitter. I already know. Like we already dominate Twitter. Pete, hold on. I had to pull out the comments again because I had put it on the side. I guess it's a different Pete. I don't want to make anybody feel bad, Pete. I guess it's a different one, but whoever that Pete was got me really heated the other night because no, don't, you know. Okay. Well, I hope it wasn't you.
Pete, I swear, Pete.
I know. Like, okay, so yeah, like you said, those people who left during migration, oh my gosh. Like those wallets, their wallets would be so fat right now.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Yep, it would have been crazy. They would have been in a bigger position, much bigger position. I mean, look at right now. Look how bearish the market is. I mean, Ethereum's barely at 1,100 right now, and we're sitting at $61 million market cap. This token launched at 100K market cap. Do the math. You know what I mean? It's massive, right? So the thing is, it hasn't even done its real purpose yet. It hasn't even really had its massive run like it's supposed to. Think about that.
Because Ethereum always goes up. It always goes up. It always goes down for us to get it, and she always comes back.
What's crazy with Ethereum and being built on Ethereum covers 50% of our entire market cap. So, when Ethereum goes back to $5,000, wherever we're at, that's 50% of our market cap. So let's say we're sitting at 1 billion, 2 billion market cap. Well, that's going to add another 1 to 2 billion on top of that just because Ethereum pump without us even moving a finger. So
that's not even the burns.
There's so much going on. It's so stupid the kind of money that we're going to make here. Like,
I know.
It's so wild. Like the 317 is gonna own the 317. You know what I mean?
You keep saying that, and I can't wait. I'm gonna have me a little monument. I'm gonna have a park. Have all kinds of
You're
things.
gonna have your own Elon goat token.
Yeah. make sure you're standing strong with like a sword, like a knight sword or something. You know what I mean? On a horse or something. Put yourself on a horse.
Go down the street.
Like the Trojan horse.
Sir. Oh my goodness. Pablo, what time are you doing your live so we can all go to your live too?
Oh crap, I gotta get going in about 15 minutes.
It's at 9:30.
All right. Well, I'll let everybody go get their drink, go get whatever they gotta go get, and then
break time.
Yeah, break time. And we're gonna head over to our guy Pablo Cro's live. So go get some snacks and let's sit down and go watch them. Thank you guys so much for coming to my live. I love y'all so much and I respect y'all so much, and I just am glad to be here. So
thanks for having us. It's always a pleasure to jump on here with you in the Space Cabin. I love the name.
Yeah.
So
dude, the name is so cool.
Yeah, dude, it's cozy in here,
cool.
right?
It's so cool. I was like, whoa, look at that Space Cabin.
I'm trying to make it a show one day. I want to have like a couch show, like a step up stage couch show, and I'm gonna call it Space Cabin. I have this whole thing. I have
that's gonna be nice. That's gonna be nice.
Did you already complete your 4,000 hours? Are you there?
Guess what I woke up to this morning? 3,976.
Oh, so you'll have it. You'll have it after this live. It's done.
It's done, y'all. And you know what? That's not why I wanted y'all to come on and everything. I wanted y'all to come on because, for one, I've been wanting y'all to come on. And
look at poor Pete is banned on my channel.
Pete, this guy, he did it to him. Pete. It's okay, Pete. But yeah, anyway, I want to say thank you so much. I love y'all. And yeah, y'all go get your snacks and let's head to Pablo's. All right.
See y'all over there at Pablo's.
Bye. Thanks, y'all. All right, y'all, let's go on over there. Thanks for joining Space Chick, Space Cabin. You know what? I love you guys. Not financial advice. None of this was financial advice whatsoever. But I definitely want to say I love the Vault Army. I am so happy that I am invested in it. And I really feel like it's going to do something for all of us who have invested in it. So anyway, all right, I will see you guys in just a little bit. Thanks for joining Space Cabin.